Before this podcast starts, I want to say thank you for all of the support you have shown me the past 9 months. It has been absolutely insane. I also want to say this podcast is brought to you and made possible by Rise Supplements. Code Jake will save you 15% on that, and buy a Knock Power, Code Jake will save you 10% on that. So with that being said, enjoy this podcast.
Running this in 3, 2, 1.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
What is going on, everyone? I know it has been a very long time since I've done a podcast, but welcome back to the Legacy Podcast. And to my right, I have a special guest. To my left, I have a brother-sister duo. You already know Patty Cakes Fit, but introduce yourself.
Brett Westover, everywhere. You've probably seen me on TikTok.
The supplement guy.
I talk about things.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I'm going to turn your mic up a little bit, Patty.
Okay, that's good. Oh, yeah. Actually,
Yeah,
that's better.
but go through, introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Patrick, Patty Cakes, obviously Patty Cakes Fit. I just do videos online. That's my thing. And this is my sister.
Hey everyone, I'm Gabriella Dalton.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
she's
sister.
she's a super smart applied math major, has her doctorate, thesis published in Japan. She doesn't know how to like make herself sound super cool, but she's actually ridiculously smart.
I don't think I
have my
understood like a single word you just said right there. There was like big words.
Yeah, trying to explain something.
That was the smartest thing that came out of your mouth ever.
No, hey. No, you'll get it.
No, I don't have my doctorate. I'm getting my master's in applied math,
Okay.
but I work as an optical engineer at a national laboratory.
Yeah.
See, I think what you should do is just make TikToks about math.
That'd be pretty cool.
She wanted to do that.
I wanted to
Really?
do that, yeah, and then I got really nervous and never followed through with it.
That's
But
tough.
looking back, I really should have. I was tutoring or TAing a calculus class and thought it would be perfect to just say like, hey, how do you optimize this? Like, let me do it. And honestly, I should have followed through with it. Never did. I just don't have that like extroverted personality to follow through with that type of stuff. And
Yeah.
I was like super worried about what people would say.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely different than my brother on that hand.
Well, I think that's where you messed up just now saying I don't have that, when in reality you could literally say I could work towards it and learn how to do that, because you can do whatever you want.
You could.
Manifestation.
If you want to do it, you can do it.
Yeah. Will you explain like kind of what you do?
Yeah,
Because
sure.
you tried to explain it last night and I had a couple drinks in me and I had absolutely no idea what was going on.
Yeah, sure. So
Also,
I'm,
will you hold the mic a little closer?
Of
there.
course, yeah. So I'm 25 now. I started interning at a national laboratory when I was about 19, I believe. Or sorry, I think I was actually 21. I was interning as an intern in X-ray computed tomography. So I don't know, I knew nothing about it. I started interning and I'm working with this wonderful guy. His name's Dr. Edward Jimenez. He's a phenomenal man. He is an expert in hyperspectral X-ray computed tomography, and so all that means is you have polychromatic X-rays, so you're looking at not only an X-ray from a black and white image, you're looking at the energy. It's amazing. I love it. So kind of, I fell in love with X-rays, so I took basically my background in applied math and started working with him doing image processing.
Yeah.
Loved it. And so now I'm kind of switching gears and almost work more as an optical engineer than I do it. But my applied math background helps me phenomenally.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like what I do is I work with these great dudes, wonderful people, image processing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure you said like a lot of words right there. Flew over all of our gym bro heads.
Yeah, we're gym bros,
No,
dude. We
it's
don't.
nice.
Taste that stuff.
No, it's basically like if you get injured and you go to the hospital and they're like, hey, we need to give you an MRI, CT. You look at that X-ray image, you look to see like what's broken, what's not. There's so much image processing that goes into that. And it's looking at that type of stuff, but more from like an industrial level. So looking at, let's say, engines,
Did you
all
just
that type
raise your
of stuff.
hand?
Yeah, I was going to ask her a question. I was like, okay, so if you weren't doing what you're doing now, what would you want to do? Like, what was your initial dream when you were like 14, 15?
Oh,
When you close your
yeah.
eyes when you were 15, because I've never asked you this question. When you closed your eyes when you were 15, what vision did you have for yourself then?
I wanted to be a physical therapist. Took anatomy in high school. Hated it. was sick. Every dissection was horrible at learning anything about the body. It was not my thing.
Yeah.
Just kind of, it wasn't my thing at all. Got into college. Didn't even realize people could major in math. Majored in math.
Interesting.
Loved it.
So you don't make content
No.
or anything. So the first kind of question that I have and overall topic is why or why not to make content. This isn't, and we're going to go to Brett first. So why do you make content?
Because I feel like I'm giving back to people.
Yeah.
Like when I was younger, I mean, obviously I feel like everybody watched YouTube, stuff like that, and just watching people like talk about stuff that they're passionate about.
Yeah.
But not only was it entertaining, but it was educating as well. And if you could find the right people, it was motivating.
Yeah.
So if you didn't know where you were going, it led you in a direction, sort of. And it was kind of, it was people you looked up to, but you didn't personally know. So I like taking the position of doing that same stuff, but replying to everybody and making them feel like, hey, like you could also do this.
Yeah.
Where you don't meet a lot of people that actually follow through with the engagement on their content.
Yeah.
So like to me, it means a ton, just like messaging back people, responding to every comment, stuff like that. That's why I like doing it.
Yeah. What about you?
That was great, but so like when I was younger, I always had this dream of doing like fitness content. I grew up watching David Lade, Matt Ogus, Chris Lovato, those guys, all the OG Gymshark athletes. And there was always like a voice in my head telling me like I was never good enough to do it.
Yeah.
And I had like a lot of self-doubt. So I would just work out in the gym, head down, never made content because I was too scared to. And then come college time, I was cheering for university. I was about to finish my finance degree. And that was when I realized like this is going to be my life. And I felt like a sense of I wasn't free because I wasn't doing what I actually wanted to do and what my dream was. So making content actually offered me like a little bit of freedom, and it like got rid of that anxious trait of like self-doubt in my head. And then it just snowballed into like, wow, like not only am I feeling better and better doing this, I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And then it just turned into me not finishing college.
Yeah.
Because I was doing what I love. And I guess it just offers a sense of freedom for me, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel free doing it. And I don't feel like I'm controlled by anyone but myself.
Yeah, I feel like all content creators have like their own reasons why they make content and stuff, because mine's like, it's I think I had this thought one day that like my content is the only thing people will remember me by, like when I'm gone, and that's gonna last forever and ever.
Ooh, that's a great way to think of it, because the internet will always be there.
Yeah.
Jake Oelke on the internet will always be there versus like
and
your
so
physical
that's how,
body.
like my grandkids are gonna see their grandpa. God, I don't even like thinking about it because it makes you eerie.
Yeah, just how Brett said.
Yeah.
Brett was saying how he wants to make an impact on people. Dude, I just realized like we could all make an impact on generations.
Yeah.
Because of the internet. We could
Totally.
we could be dead, and in 500 years they could still be watching videos that one of us did.
Yeah.
Oh
no, there's videos that will be alive forever. Maybe videos will pick up way after you're gone too, and that's just how people are going to remember you. And I want to give as much of like my true self, like what I'm going through, everything like that, like my work, like working out, tips and all of that. I want to give it to everyone forever. And so that's why I make content.
Dude, I like that reason.
And it's also like scary, just because like that's the only thing people remember you by. Imagine if you got like canceled, and
well, you
like a
can't-
video.
You can't get canceled if you don't allow yourself to get canceled.
That's true.
If you just like don't care,
Like the
can't
Nelk
get
Boys
canceled.
should be canceled, but
They don't
they
care.
don't care.
Yeah, if you don't
which
care,
is amazing. I wish it was still like that
I'm just
for a
my-
lot of people.
My brain is still snowballing on the fact that like Ziz,
Yeah,
he just inspired an entire new generation this year, and he's dead.
Yep.
And that's because of videos he made, and he wasn't even like doing it for like I'm gonna be famous reasons. He was just doing it because he wanted to do it,
yeah.
and he's like popping off insane again.
And I think that's one of like my favorite parts about influencing too, is the fact that like your content will live forever.
That is
It's your legacy.
I love-
And that's why it's called Legacy Podcast.
I love that.
Yeah.
So Gabby,
Well, for me, I mean, it's the same thing for me, but it's more in terms of the papers that I write and the research that I do. I never thought about content creation, not because I just, it's not something that I don't have those thoughts. Like I'm creative, but not in that way.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would always watch my brother do it and was always so excited for him and loved his ideas. And it never really occurred to me that could be a dream for myself.
Yeah.
But watching my brother, I'm like, wow, this shit's cool.
No, I think yours is in like the work that you're doing is going to live on way past you. And so like that's leaving your legacy.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah. So I have another question. What is your favorite? Oh, wait, no, we just asked that. If there was one thing that you could change about yourself, what would it be? Looking at Patty, so
Honestly, it's that little voice in my head telling me that I can't do things.
Yeah.
it's a good motivator, though.
It is, but it's like it overtakes sometimes. Like it overtakes me sometimes, and I have that anxious trait, and that voice gets louder and louder and louder. And like how David Goggins says, like I want to push that voice down and tell and like make it my bitch, but sometimes that voice makes me a bitch.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning how to get how to get around it. And I mean, maybe it's the mental state I've been in like recently, like the past like maybe month.
Yeah,
But that voice has just been so loud, and I know it's because I need to be down here, and that's why now that I'm here, it's like that voice is like already like starting to fade, and I'm like, fuck yes, I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. Also, if you guys didn't know already, Patty moved to Dallas. So
Yeah, like not yesterday, but pretty much yesterday.
yeah, pretty much yesterday.
Yeah.
Patty's down in Dallas. Me and him are living together, like right across the street.
We're gonna blow up. Like
We're gonna blow up
I've
on
never
content.
I've never applied myself like fully. I apply myself for like 2 weeks at a time, and my account grows. So if I apply myself for an entire year, dude, it's gonna be ridiculous.
That's how I was at school. I'd be like, oh, we got a test, so I got to apply myself. Fail the test. We're not going to apply ourselves.
Dude,
I got a test, so let's apply myself.
I wouldn't go to school. I wouldn't go to class all semester. This is like why she hated me. I wouldn't go to school all semester. Like I would go to class maybe once or twice. I'd go in for finals and get a B.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was like just like absolute like fuckery.
Him and my sister are just so naturally smart. And not to say that I'm not naturally smart,
Ain't
but
no way Patty's naturally smart.
Bro, no, I would.
I'm just
I
kidding.
Ain't nothing natty about it.
She unlocked the part of me that I wish or the part of us like genetically that I wish I would have unlocked earlier. Is like she like tapped into like the what word is it? Dedication or discipline equals freedom.
Yeah.
She's so disciplined.
I'm just
and
obsessive.
and she's been like that since she was young. Versus like I can only obsess over something that I enjoy. Versus she knows what it takes to get where she wants.
Yeah.
And even if she's gonna do things she doesn't enjoy, like she'll get there. Like me, I'm not gonna sit in a school and do math because I know it's gonna get me this job that I want.
Yeah.
But that's me personally. She's complete opposite. She'll do it.
Yeah.
But you go get
Yeah,
me
no,
started.
it's tough though. Like, I don't always feel great. Like, I'm finishing up my master's now, and probably for like the past year, I've just loathed every single aspect of it. Like, I hate it, but I know that I need to do it in order to get where I want to be. But I agree with you. Like, yeah, like something that I would change about myself is the amount of anxiety I have around situations. Like, I overthink so much that I won't do something because I'm like, oh, well, maybe this, maybe that. So that's something I would change. Imposter syndrome as well.
Oh, that's a yeah.
What does that word mean?
Imposter syndrome. It's like, I don't know how to.
Oh, imposter?
Imposter
Oh,
syndrome.
I
was
thought
like-
you were saying like some other word. I
Like
heard
some
that
math
wrong.
term.
I thought
Yeah,
you were,
I was
I thought
like,
you were
damn
kid-
it.
I thought you were kidding Jake. I was like, what?
What about you, Brett?
I wish I was more confident.
Yeah.
100%.
Dude, you don't think you're confident?
I'm getting better. So like a lot of people don't realize like when I graduated high school, I was a valedictorian, and then I got my
Did not
associates
see
of
that one
science, in lab sciences. So I went to community college for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So I went for 2 years. I got my associates, and I just finished out some like science classes. But after that, I turned down a full ride to go to Eastern Michigan.
Yeah.
Because and I got my associates with a 4.0. I was so like not confident in myself after going for school. And another thing too, people don't realize like how dedicated I was. I stressed myself out so bad. I was the only kid in my graduating class, like 500 kids that never missed a day of school
Oh my
Whoa.
gosh.
from kindergarten to senior
my
year.
That's crazy.
I didn't miss
That
a
is
single day.
dedicated. Wow.
But like every single day, like I would stress out so bad.
What was the driving factor behind you like wanting to be so dedicated towards school?
I feel like it was the only thing like if I wasn't consistently working towards something, it drove me crazy.
Yeah.
Like legit drove me crazy.
What was the breaking point that like tapped you into like doing what you actually enjoyed versus doing what you were told that you should do? Does that make sense?
Yeah, and like how I grew up too, like my parents never forced me to do anything.
Yeah.
But like I'm totally opposite of my parents too. Like they didn't do crazy in school. Like my dad dropped out of college, all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, just like watching them, I was like, you know what, like I'm going to drive myself as hard as possible, do everything. But I think I drained myself.
Yeah.
Where like you were talking about being like a TA for calculus.
Yeah.
I did the same thing. And I thought I was going to go into teaching.
Yep.
But once I did it, I learned that I hated it. Even
Same.
though I was really good at it, I wasn't confident, but I was so good at it. And I remember like driving to like college and like, I'm about to go take like a physics 2 exam. I was like, I'm going to tank this. And then I get 110%.
So you were
I ain't
not
even
confident with
seen
your grades.
100.
Yeah.
You were not confident when it came to like your studying and grades.
Like I remember,
like so much like her
yeah,
too.
dude, I would stay up all night.
Yeah.
All
Same.
night. I would read stuff until I could rehearse the page backwards.
Yeah.
What?
Dude, honestly, maybe
Yeah.
that's a blessing. Maybe that's why you
that
two
definitely is.
excelled so well in school, is because you guys didn't have that confidence. Versus like me, I would study for 30 minutes and I was like, oh, I got this.
Yeah, I would be the exact same way. Study for 30 minutes, or maybe I'd use some drugs to help me study,
Yeah,
and
same.
then like just go take the test, probably get a C, and then
Like I
Be okay.
remember, like I was super like straight through school. Like I didn't do anything besides school.
Yeah.
Like I never created content. I never did.
do you play any
anything.
sports?
I played baseball up until I graduated. That was it. But I was never into like content, anything
Yeah.
like that. I always wished that like I could do it, but I was like, I'm supposed to get like this 9-to-5 job. Like I'm gonna work in a lab. I'm gonna do all this.
Yeah.
And like there was a point I remember like sitting in college and my chemistry teacher comes up to me and she's like, you don't have to take this like final exam. And I was like, why not? She's like,
Why not?
she's like, if you get a 0 on it, you still have like a 95% in the class.
Whoa.
Wow.
I went through chemistry like my first 2 semesters of chemistry. We had 8 exams and 2 finals, so 10 exams. I didn't miss a single question.
Bro,
How?
what the
Yeah.
fuck?
And it was so weird. And like I always knew
I'm
like,
actually shocked.
Same.
Yeah.
I always knew like, yeah, like I can do this, I can handle it. But this like confidence thing was like, dude, you can't do it. You can't do it.
And it's debilitating.
Dude, but the
Yeah,
fact, see,
it drove me insane.
I feel like that little voice would drive most people to just quit.
Yeah.
Versus like that shows the kind of like personality you have, is you're like gonna persevere instead of
And,
quit.
and the best part was I showed up for that exam. She told me not to show up. And I got the best grade in the class.
What a
Bro, so you
douchebag.
were just fucking everyone's
there's-
curve.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's supposed to be a curve. I'm the guy that got like a 72.
No,
You
I
just
was
Praying
the
for like a
outlier.
10-point
I was
curve.
the
I
outlier.
need like a 73 to pass to get a 72, and this douchebag gets 110. I'm just like,
I was
sitting
that
there
kid, but I never told anybody. I never told anybody.
Dude, I would have never expected that. Like,
Yeah.
honestly. I knew you were, like, smart, but I didn't know you were, like, that applied to school or anything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I pushed myself hard, but I didn't enjoy it.
yeah.
I just felt like I had to push myself.
yeah.
So, and then when I finally was like, I'm going to take some time off of school.
Yeah.
And that's when I kind of got into like the fitness thing, you know, from like a retail background perspective. And I was like, you know what, like, I'm going to see what I can do. I tried out a couple of different things. It didn't really work. I started coaching CrossFit classes.
Yeah.
I got into running. I started like a little bit of like, I was like, I'm going to try bodybuilding. I didn't love it. I like doing everything.
bodybuilding's too black and white, dude.
But I always had like this creative itch. So like going back to like the content thing, I finally I was dedicated in everything besides content, because I would put out a video and I'm like, delete it. Like I didn't like it. Like nobody's watching this, that. And then finally when I started being consistent, I was like, this is scratching that like creative itch that I've always had.
Yeah,
And like I enjoyed it.
That's awesome.
But I never did it for like, I guess the views. At first I was like, oh, this sucks, nobody's watching. But when I finally like started making content that I enjoyed and like talking about the science of products, I was like, that's what I like.
Yeah.
I didn't care about like going and working and weighing out grams of freaking, I don't know, whatever. Like,
Creatine
Protein.
or whatever.
yeah.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah.
I think one thing that I would change about myself is I look way too far into the future, and it overwhelms me all the time.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I'll be like, oh, and then comparing myself to people like around my age, be like, that's where I want to be, but that might take 10 years, and then 10 years, I just think about the future, and it's very overwhelming a lot of the time.
Do you get discouraged often too? Because like I get discouraged with a lot.
I
of
get
things.
discouraged. I mean, a lot, bro. Like, especially, I don't think I've said this before. So, like, when I first came down to Dallas, I knew I was like gonna be working in a house full of just content creators. So that was a really hard adjustment, because like I would be working 9 to 5 every day, and they would just be doing everything, or like just be filming content all day.
They would wake up and start filming, or
Yeah.
wake up whenever they wake up.
They didn't have like a schedule or anything, but
Yeah.
over time, like I just applied myself. So it was really hard to make that adjustment. Like I wanted to be there. I had FOMO of like what they were doing.
Oh, dude, yeah, I
Yeah.
can understand that. Because we would go out, like when I would come down for the trips, we would go out on like a Thursday night, and I was like, "Where's Jake?" And they're like, "Oh, he's probably working."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh," and then I'd come back in the office like at 12 p.m. because I was hungover,
Yeah.
and you were like
Still there.
in the office.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What time did you get here?" "Oh, I got here at 5:30." And I was like, "Oh," but that made me feel like I could do better.
Yeah.
Because I don't like partying. Like I come down and we party all the time because like it was a trip for me.
Yeah.
But now that I'm living here, that's the last thing I want to do.
Yeah.
Like I want to have a schedule. That's why doing the 75 like hard would be smart, because it at least gives me structure, and that's the biggest thing I lack is some structure,
Yeah.
which I think a lot of people lack structure in the, like just in general in the world. Like waking up for a job is actually really beneficial.
Yeah. Like me and Brett were actually talking about it. Like you told me that you enjoyed actually having a schedule again, because you started like working for
100%.
Rise. And when you were just like straight content creating,
Drove me
yeah, you want to
crazy.
talk about that?
Yeah, so when I ended up leaving my job for like 2 months, I was just influencer.
Yeah.
I created content, whatever, for a company, and but also for myself. But it was like I woke up in the morning. Like I used to wake up at like 5 every day. I would work out, get ready for work, go to work, create content after. I had a very strict schedule, especially with running and lifting. My day was filled every single day. And then for about a month before coming down to Texas, I started going crazy again. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to wake up at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I got nothing better to do.
How did you fix that? Because that's like how I've been the past 2 months. And dude, I feel like I was drifting. Like it's
tough. It comes down to that, the discipline of like you said, doing 75 hard. I think that would be great just to like get back into that rhythm. And then I think when you come out of that 75 days, you're going to continue that pattern because you're used to it and you like it.
yeah. Because
And then it's also like, what are you working towards right now? Do you have like a specific goal? Do you have like a vision board? Or are you going through like a checklist?
so my problem is I usually, like, if I don't write it down, it's like stuck in my head and I'll have the
Yeah.
vision. But if I write it down, it will actually happen. That's why when we set up my room, I'm
You
gonna
should
have
go
like,
buy a whiteboard.
yeah, I have a whiteboard that I was gonna write it down on. But
Or like a big one for the
like-
house. Just
Oh.
put it on a wall with all
Yeah,
the
let's do
goals
it.
and stuff.
we
Yeah.
should do that.
We should definitely do
But
that.
as for like my goals, I literally just want to be able to have a schedule, be disciplined, and like prove to myself that I'm not going to be that dude that wakes up at 11 and just drifts throughout my day. Because like, let's face it, being 22 years old, like I could easily just like lay around, post like 2 TikToks, make some sales, and just
Yeah,
like,
that's how
screw
I
around.
got.
That's not how I want to be.
Yeah.
Like I see myself like, maybe it's because I got so used to like cheering for college, and I was like had to get up at 6.
Yeah.
Or I had to get up at 5:40, practice at 6. Then I had school. Then I had another practice the second day. Then I went to the gym. I was always filled. That now it's like I don't do shit
Yeah.
at all, and I feel like I just drift. And my day, I'm in a good position for what most people see me as. They'll like look at me and be like, I want to be where you are. But internally, I'm like, I fucking hate what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
And, like that's complete honesty.
Having a schedule definitely helps build discipline, because I feel like my discipline from the time I started working here to like now is just crazy.
Yeah,
like it's
you're
just so consistent every single day, and I don't know, it helps out a lot.
You're the hardest worker I've ever met.
Thank you.
Like personally, like I've never met someone that works as consistently hard as you do.
Yeah, but that schedule definitely helps.
Yeah, you
that.
you have like a lot of qualities that I want, which is like a big reason why when you were like want to be my roommate, I was like, fuck yeah, I do, because like I look at you and I'm like, wow, this person actually motivates me, versus like the the top 5 people you're around are like is who you are. Like
Yeah.
like always you've heard that, right?
Yeah.
Like I have a full belief that like the people I'm around is who I'll become. So I like want to surround myself with people that are like actually very ambitious for life and want, and obviously good people too, but
With the same like path
same
and
mindset.
dreams.
Yeah. Same goals. Just what are your goals, Brett?
My goals right now?
Yeah.
Be happy.
Oh,
Dude,
That's
like
It's a good goal.
that's
So-
such a general goal for I think everyone.
It's probably
But-
one of the hardest to achieve.
that's what I was
too.
gonna say.
it's so crazy because like you were saying, like you felt like you were drifting and like during the day you had like really no purpose. Like where I was in the last like 6 months, like I was the most successful I've ever been by far, especially financially. And I was just not happy.
Yeah.
Like I mean, there's always like that money doesn't buy happiness thing. Like it definitely helps. But I was the point I was making more than I needed to get by. But like I wasn't around people. I was by myself all day. I wasn't doing anything that like I felt had any purpose.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
And I felt like mentally I was drifting every single day. I actually had like the lowest amount of energy I've ever had in my life.
That's exactly how I've been.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like, dude, this is gonna sound. I can say this on the podcast, right? It doesn't matter if it's like,
Go.
fucking, dude. I will literally like wake up in the morning, 11 o'clock, like 10:30, jerk off,
Yeah.
lay in bed. I'll be like, why the fuck did I just do that? Then I'll shower, and then it'll be like 11:30. I'm finally eating, and then I'm upset because I freaking wasted
the
my
day.
morning, and then
Yeah.
I already start the day off bad.
So
And then-
people like I hear a lot of people hate on the 9-to-5 job, but that 9-to-5 job, it's gonna help you build discipline. It's gonna help you build structure, especially like if you want to do content creation for a living. It's going to take structure. You're going to have discipline to post videos when they don't do well, and like be able to work hard, because if you're not working hard in something that you don't like, you're never going to work hard in something that you love.
Yeah, that's said perfectly.
How you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yeah,
Dude,
exactly.
That goes back to I was watching this video and it was saying, I think it's Greg Plitt. He was like, "Are you gonna put together this like dresser and you're gonna leave some like screws out because like you just don't feel like screwing them in, or like this just goes back to like I don't know, I use that
When I put together that TV stand,
yeah, I'm not
and I
done.
left a lot of screws out.
I'm not-
fuck it. I don't need these.
I'm not dogging you, Jake, but he's pretty much like, or are you gonna clean like your countertop and like you don't want to lift up the picture frame to clean underneath it? Like just those little tasks change a lot. And me looking at like watching that video, I started realizing like, holy shit, he's right. So
Yeah.
I deep cleaned my bathroom that day. And dude, it was like just that little change. I felt like I like did something, and then it like kind of snowballed. And just that little change made me feel like a lot better. I did that last week because I've been kind of in not a dark place, but I've been drifting for like a month and a half. And if
It's tough. It's hard to get out of. And like the position that I, came to with Rise, like this is like a dream.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like when I started making videos, I was like, one day I could literally be making videos for like a company that like I love to go to work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when I was presented with the opportunity, it was like, yeah, I'm doing something on my own and I'm making a lot of money. And I'm like, but I'm not happy. I'm like, you know what? Let's give it a go. Let's see if it makes me happier. Dude, these last like 2-3 weeks, insane.
Yeah.
Like my mood, so much different. Like I feel like I wake up every day with a drive, like getting back up at 6 a.m., like getting
Yep.
after it, showing up here. And then also like where I'm from, I have like 2 people that I would say like were like driven people and like wanted to do something similar to me. Like I still need
restart the video. Keep talking though.
I still need to like, I want to help those people get out here because I know like they're deserving of it. But like working with Jake is like, dude, like I feel like I've been missing this my whole life. Like working with someone that kind of has similar goals, like we feed off of each other. It's synergistic.
hyper driven.
Yeah.
Like it's insane to watch.
Like, bro, we come up with ideas. And as soon as we come up with it, we're getting up and we're filming it. It's
Yeah.
not like, let's think about
Well,
it.
maybe we'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, we're pumping out 5-6 videos a day.
Bro, dude, I told him
Filmed. Jake's editing these.
I told him a t-shirt idea that I've had for like a few months.
Done in a minute.
Last night we were freaking drinking. He's working on it, and I was like, dude, like,
2 a.m. working on that
yeah.
t-shirt.
And it's like that's what I do. That shit motivates me so much, and it's like, oh, I like say I'm gonna do something starting Monday. It's like I know because I'm here, I will actually fucking get up and start doing it because
Or I'll call you out on your bullshit.
everyone's around
Exactly.
me working fucking towards something. It's like, why would I not do what everyone else is doing?
One thing that I made sure of, like when I came down here, because I definitely wasn't happy back in Arkansas. Like, I just felt like there was so much more I could do, but I didn't have that drive to do it or that discipline. One thing I told myself is I'm going to make sure every little detail of my job gets done.
Yeah.
So, like, that's, whew, I ran out of breath talking right there.
Hey, we got to get you running, get some cardio in.
Yeah. But I made sure every little detail was done. So, like, before, like, didn't have anything set up here. The place was like a mess and stuff. I would stay late like all of the time and clean this place all of the time. Made sure got all the little details done on top of my job, and that propelled me with Rise like crazy, really fast too.
For sure, like especially when you see someone that is working towards something and they're not asked.
Yeah.
That's huge,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Like you see someone coming for like the meet and greets, let's just say like an athlete comes in. You see like one of them's over there shooting multiple Rise videos. You're like, that person deserves to be here, versus you fly someone out and they're just like here, like just
kind of
screwing
dicking around.
around, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why every time I would come down for the meetups, I was like, I want to like make content because for one, I fucking like being here.
Yeah.
I love Rise. And even before I'd come down for the meet and greets, I'd be excited all week.
So excited.
I was like, oh, I get to go to Dallas, I hang out with the boys and stuff.
2
I
weeks
get,
before, you were like, oh, I'm leaving.
yeah, like it's just because when I'm down here, like I feel like
Happy?
I'm happy. Obviously, it's not home.
Yeah.
But like that drive comes back, and like that fire under my ass. Like I've always had some sort of fire, and back home I don't have that fire for some reason anymore. And I think it's because down here it's like propelled. Like there's gasoline on that. There's gasoline on that fire.
And you're also surrounded by a ton of people who are doing the exact same thing.
It's you guys for
like,
sure.
I could imagine in your work, you're surrounded by like a lot of people who are good at their job, and it motivates you to do better, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I have one of my friends, well, she's a coworker and then became a friend of mine. And her and I work so well together and we get the most done. And it's the same type of like situation. We enjoy each other, we push each other, we come up with new ideas. It's amazing. And it doesn't matter like what world you're in, it has the same characteristics throughout.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I have a question. Were you going to say something before I interrupted you? Do you still have it on your mind before we completely shift topics?
No idea.
Okay. Okay. Genie grants you 3 wishes, no like re-wishes, and no money. What are you wishing for?
I already know. Okay, so like, I want my parents to be able to live forever. For one, like that. Like I don't.
That scares me.
I don't want to ever see my parents grow like older.
Yeah.
Because like I can grow older. I don't care about myself. I don't want them to grow older because
Or the people you love.
yeah, just the thought of that like already like upsets me. So I don't want parents to ever grow old. I want them to stay how they are. That's wish number 1. Wish number 2 is I want to like always feel the feeling of like being in love, like deeply in love.
Okay.
Because like when you're in love, like everything is so much brighter. Does that make sense?
I got you.
Like fully in love. I don't mean like, oh, like I love this person. What I mean by is like you're fully driven in love.
Yeah.
Like that kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Because your life is just so enhanced. Like you're always like on like Molly, let's just say. Like your serotonin's always insane. And then my third wish would probably just be no porn ever be created. No internet porn. That ruins so many people's lives.
Oh, dude.
I had no idea what else to say, but that shit is fucking...
No, that's a very valid one, bro. It's like we said last night, people say weed's not addicting.
Dude.
Weed is addicting, and like it's never killed anyone, but I have seen weed ruin so many lives. Like it really has.
Porn literally
Same
ruins
way.
lives, dude. Like I'm not gonna say I was addicted to porn, but like
I was addicted to
the past month, dude. Like my sister's right here, but like the past like month, dude. Like when I started getting like that drifting feeling, like the only thing that made me feel better was like porn.
Oh,
And like you know how scary that is.
yeah.
Like
Scary.
I haven't watched porn since I got to Dallas, and like I feel good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what's making
Like
me
2
feel
days.
good. Only 2 days, but like it's literally like an addictive thing.
Yeah.
Like, complete topic change. That's insane, but
Yeah.
it's like I don't know, definitely addictive. That's one thing. If you don't watch it, don't start watching
Yeah,
it.
don't. It's like nicotine. If you have never done it, there's not a point in you doing it.
It releases so much dopamine, which is like the like reward.
Yeah.
Which is like the reward chemical. So you're literally getting rewarded for doing nothing.
I would every time like I would watch it, I would feel so bad after. And then I was like, okay, I don't want that feeling anymore. That's how I feel about drinking, but I just continue to do that shit for some reason.
Well, I didn't watch porn for like months, and then me and Bridget watched a video together. Nice. And it was after that, for some reason, like I watched it, and like we had sex and stuff, and it was after that I was like, damn, like that was like the video. I haven't seen porn in so long. It was like, whoa. And then like I like got like deeper into it the next day, and it was after that I was like, holy shit. And then like literally like 4 weeks later, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I've watched porn every single day. And then I realized, and I watched a video of like this psychologist, and he was like, think of it like you're the guy in the corner watching another guy have sex with a girl that you want to have sex with.
Yeah,
that is what made me be like, dude, I need to stop this, because you're literally like cucking yourself. Yeah. So that's like, I think porn is like literally like sinister. It's like some sort of like, you believe in like God or like the devil.
Yeah.
And that's like some like evil shit to do.
Yeah. Gabby, 3 wishes, no money.
That's a tough
Let's
one.
get off this porn topic.
Sorry.
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to think of 3 wishes. It's like I would love to just live like a life cultivated around like happiness and harmony. And if whatever those 3 wishes could be to get me that, I'm so down for. Of course, like our parents and Pat and my sister Jen, like they're so important to me. So doing anything to help them, my grandparents, but
keep them healthy.
Of course,
that
yeah.
kind of stuff.
Like happiness and health. It's hard to say like what those 3 wishes could be. I mean, if I had to think of one that just like has nothing to do with that, I would love to just have like the best coffee all the time.
It's a good one.
Like have like 2 serious wishes and 1 just like joke wish. Like I
Yeah.
would love just like good coffee.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Brett, what are your 3 wishes?
First one, I wish there was more hours in the day.
Ooh, that's
That's
a
a
good
good
one.
one.
Like
That's
I'm
a
shooting
really
for
good one.
like, what we're sitting at 24. Let's say another 6, like 30 hours a day.
But like even more daylight, like an extra 6 hours of daylight.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like there's so much more I could accomplish.
Yeah.
It's like there's sometimes like, I mean, now especially, I'm like, I'm ready to like, okay, let's sleep and let's get up and let's get after this again.
Dude, you're
Yeah.
you're dope, dude. You and Jake, you guys are cool, dude.
Bro,
I like being around
us
you guys.
working together is it's going to change the game.
Gonna be powerhouse.
I like being around you guys.
I love
dude.
the fact that I show up here in the morning and like Jake's here. Like I'm not waiting on him.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
I'm like, God forbid I have like a 45-minute to an hour drive every morning.
And
I'm
you
like,
have to wait on someone.
yeah.
Oh, dude, that would suck actually.
Dude, and I'm still showing up at like 8 and I'm like, dude, like I'm late. Like I wish I was getting here at 7.
Dude, this guy's a freaking powerhouse, dude.
Grinds.
Grinder, bro.
I'm like, bro, Jake, what are you doing? No, I'm already done with the video. I'm like, okay.
You're like,
all
oh,
right.
sweet. And then you feel like you're left in the dust. you're always chasing.
Yeah.
That's a great position to be in.
That's
But it
great.
works. It works well.
Yeah.
Another one, like self-awareness. I wish I had stronger self-awareness.
Yeah.
Like I wish I was able to like express feelings a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like sometimes like I realize like I'm not like having the best day, but like I don't necessarily realize it until it's like I'm deep into it. I'm
Yeah.
like, shit. Like I've been having a struggling day, especially like the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
With like some stuff I can't really talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish, but it's all right. You know, I like you get through stuff, but like I read this book. It was like Finding Happiness is what it was called. It was like about self-awareness. And it was like the best thing you could do for yourself is like realize the feelings that you're having right now and attack them before it's too late.
Yeah.
I agree.
But it's really tough to do. It's really, and it's a cycle. As far as like another one, I wish like people had more empathy.
Yeah.
That's a
Like
good one.
especially with like putting yourself online.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have people attacking me.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Comments get to you sometimes.
I
man.
make like the most unbiased content about products,
Yep.
and people attack me. They're like, "Oh, dude, you're so biased. Like, you're only saying that because someone's dropping a bag on you." I'm like, you don't realize 99% of the content I make,
free.
I get zero benefit from.
Yeah.
yeah.
Zero. And I'm like, it's insane. I'm like, you guys don't understand that I have like 300 videos to get through. Like I have so much product to talk about in companies, and I do it for free. I've sold companies out of products talking about them. I've made companies hundreds of thousands of dollars,
Yep.
and I don't see a penny.
It's crazy.
I get like thanks for the video.
Or you get a $200 Venmo like we talked about in the car the other day.
I'm like, oh yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Oh, dude. But it's insane when people like start attacking you. I'm like, you also don't realize I was working a full-time job.
Yeah.
You know, I made this video for fun and because it helps people, and you're like telling me to shut up. I don't know what I'm talking about.
See, like that's something that has never gone to me.
What?
The comments.
Dude, they destroy me.
I mean, I just don't read them, if I'm being honest. And the only
You can't read, man.
dude, the only time I read the comments was on the Liver King Natty or not.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
And like people were like, "Oh, you're an idiot," like blah blah. And I was just like laughing at it.
Yeah.
But I feel like you've always kind of been that way. Like, I remember you in high school, people would say such horrible things
Bro,
about you.
I've always
and
been hated.
Always. But in like a loving
Really?
way. Like,
I don't
people
know
loved
why, dude.
to hate you.
Yeah, people love to hate on me, but I think it's just because like I don't really hate on people, but I think it's just because I don't know.
I think
I think
it's
you just
because you
speak
don't
your
care.
mind.
Yeah.
I'm just me, dude. I don't give a shit. Like
I don't even think you're mean. I think you're just candid.
no, I said I'm me.
Oh.
No, not
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Like I'm me, not mean. I'm me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you always have been you. Like, I remember little Patty, which is so weird to call you Patty.
Little Pat or Scooter. Everyone used to call me
Which
Scooter.
Patty? There's like
Scooter?
10 of them.
That's my-
Dude, that's a badass nickname.
Scooter cakes.
Scooter. Yeah.
Scooter cakes. Oh, that's
Hey, we need a throwback T-shirt.
yeah,
Scooter cakes.
My entire family called me Scooter. So
My
like,
mom would just be like, oh my God. She would wear it.
dude, if we made a
Day and
Scooter
night.
T-shirt, bro, my mom would sleep in that shirt.
Yep.
Bro, okay, I'm gonna make up a scooter.
No, that's one
Scooter
thing.
cakes.
Like me and my family and I, we are super close.
Annoyingly close.
Which is-
I love it.
Oh
which
yeah,
is-
they're very close.
which is why
Like that's what I've noticed. I'm like, God damn.
dude, well, that's why do you think it was so hard for me to decide to move down here?
I bet it was.
Yo,
yeah.
dude, like I'm leaving like everyone that I like dude, it's like if I have a bad day, family.
Yeah.
So like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna get emotional. That's one thing. I'm also an emotional guy. So like, oh, okay, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna get emotional. But yeah.
back to like what I was saying, like he's always been himself. Like I remember 14-year-old Pat like sitting there watching Lex Little videos on YouTube, and that's like he would just like sit there for hours, like watch bodybuilding videos, anything under the sun, and people would say like, hey, like when are you gonna like find a like something that you really care about? And he was like, what?
Yeah.
It's right here.
Yeah, I do. care.
Horrible.
Yeah, and it
Dude,
was crap.
God bless my mom. Dude, she's great, but like she was one of the voices that would she would be like, you need to do this, not this, and she'd tell me that I can't do fitness for like a career, and dude, it would drive me crazy, and it would discourage me so much.
That's
Like,
But she's evolved so
but
much.
now my mom is my biggest supporter. But like
Yeah.
like in like freshman year of college, it was like when I was like at my worst, she was like, you need to do school, and that's like the last thing I wanted to do. I felt
See,
like
that's the opposite of my parents.
Really?
oh really?
So like my parents put zero pressure on me. Zero. Like I'd be studying and they're like, hey, just go to sleep.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
dude,
Just go
you
to sleep,
already
man.
were such a hard worker that like
That could be
See-
it.
like with me, my mom saw my sisters grow up and be super into school
Mm.
versus with me complete 180.
Yeah.
I was super into
How many
like,
siblings do you have?
just I have two older sisters.
Okay.
My oldest sister is a speech pathologist.
Yeah, so like we were always very dedicated to school. For me, it became easy, and then Pat wasn't like that. And I think people that knew me and Jen were like, "Oh, like where's your brother gonna be in 10 years?" Like super rude.
I literally have like a book from freshman year of college called Apex U. It's an
I
entire
remember
company I've drawn out. Apex is like the peak of a glacier, so it's like the peak. I was like, be your apex, like be the best you, and I named it like Apex U, like you are like at the top of the like you're the best of the best, like you're the peak.
Yeah.
And I have like t-shirt designs. I have like warm ups. I have like girls like sports bras. Like I wanted to do that so bad. And that was like 5 years ago.
I remember that.
And then like everyone
We
was
should
like,
bring it back.
I
Yeah,
still
we
have the
should.
book.
Back.
Bring it back.
I still have the book. I
Yeah.
brought it down.
get that empire going. Yeah.
Apex Empire. But Jake, you go.
Yeah,
I'm
what
sorry,
are your
man.
3 wishes?
One is I wish I didn't have to sleep.
Okay.
So like you wish for more hours in the day.
You guys
Like,
are so.
Bro, we
dope,
should
dude.
pull like 7 days straight, not sleeping, just grinding.
I think you die, wouldn't you?
No, I feel like we could make it a week.
Maybe you start hallucinating by
guys
like
are
day
dope.
5.
I
Yeah,
heard
you guys are-
I
you guys are
heard
cool.
like 2 I think it's 3 days like stuff like gets really bad
By
when
day
you don't
4
sleep.
day
and
4
then day
is-
4 you can like die.
But like the study's never been done by like someone that took Godzilla.
That's true,
That's
bro.
true.
Just
Like, we-
supplemented the fuck
Just
out.
thinkамine for 7 straight days.
You know, dude. I was gonna say, no, Jake, go. Sorry, I don't want to get. on
Yeah.
that.
Oh, so my 3 wishes. One is I didn't have to sleep because there's like 4 to 6 hours every single day that I have to sleep and I can't get stuff done. Then the second is to always be happy, and that energy makes everyone around me happy too. So like they're all just as happy as I am. So like that mood all of the time. And then 3, I want to own a fucking empire.
Yes.
Like Bezos size empire.
Yes.
And just be at the top of that and be like, or very narcissistic, but like all those fuckers who aren't doing anything back in Arkansas who used to hate on me.
Dude,
I'll
yes,
just
bro.
be up there like, yeah.
No, I just I want to just prove everyone that doubts me wrong, because I have
Exactly.
so much self-doubt as it is that people that doubt me, dude, it lights a fire under my ass, because I'm like, I already
Exactly.
doubt myself. You doubting me literally like does fucking nothing but show that you're just hating on me.
Yeah.
So that's literally just hate. Like, you can fuck off, bro. Like, that's how I think of it. Because
Do you have any stories of like people like saying anything to you like actually in person about
Never.
like?
So I have
I have a really funny one.
I went to a private Christian school, and so it was really small, graduated with 55 kids, and in high school, I was like a fuck up. Basically, like I was drinking all the time, I was smoking all the time, doing all these drugs, and every single parent knew that too. So they like wouldn't let their kids hang out with me for probably a good reason. And then like into college, that kind of continued like freshman year. And I would just like all these parents, when I would see them like at grocery stores, what are you doing? Like snarky, like, what are you doing now?
I get
like
that
just
all the
not
time.
believing me.
That's the worst
you know
question.
what? Now that you guys are saying it,
All the time, Pat.
all the freaking time, dude. I get
Yeah.
that shit all the time.
And when I was in a fraternity first starting out fitness, like I was big in my fraternity, like recruitment chairman, all that jazz and stuff. And I started this fitness account. I would get so much shit. Like they would just make fun of this fitness account. I was like, oh, okay. Like, I mean, it sucked. Like it definitely like hurt because those guys, you're like really close to those guys and everything. They're supposed to be supporting you, and they would just like talk shit about the fitness account all the time. I was like, okay. It had like 50 followers for like a year, and then it grew to like 5,000. This is like Oak Fitness. So it grew to like 5,000. They're like, oh shit, he's actually doing something.
Yeah.
And then it switched like that.
Yep.
To everyone's like blowing you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your story though?
Is I have one that like really stands out. The day before I quit my job, like I used to run a independent supplement store, and this guy come in with like his girlfriend, and he was like trying to be funny. He's like, "Oh, dude, I see you all over my TikTok." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's cool, man." He's like, "Must be fun, like you know, you just make videos and like you know, you're making money from it." And I was like, "No, not really." You know, I was just being real like conservative.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, okay." You know, he's like, "You know, I get up every day and I go to work for 12 hours and like I grind." And I was like, okay, he's trying to like show off in front of his girlfriend. And like, it was literally the day before I was quitting my job.
Yeah.
To pursue
supplements.
it.
Yeah.
Full time.
And I like, I didn't, you know, I don't want to say anything about money, but I was like, I knew what the dude did. He just did construction. But it wasn't anything like serious. Like he used to come in and like complain about his life every other day. Like he would come in and he would get smoothies. I'm like, bro, you're coming in here just bitching about your life, how much you hate it, all this. He was like paying child support from like his previous girlfriend.
Yeah, bro,
and he would
that's-
complain about it to me. And then I didn't even tell him. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh, see you next time. And I knew he was going to be in like 2 days because he was very like religious when he came in.
Yeah.
I was like, never saw him again.
I like that though, because if I was in that position, bro, I would have literally have been like, "Oh, that's cool, bro. Like, what'd you make in the 12 hours?"
Yeah.
And I would have seriously been like, "I made that in like 10 minutes."
While I was sleeping.
Literally,
Yeah.
Because with me, like, unless for some reason the people that I'm really close to back home, they can step on me and I won't say anything. This is I don't know why. I if I like you, if I have a connection with you, like, I don't know why. Like, I won't say anything.
Yeah.
But if I don't know you, or like I kind of know you, and you try and trash me like that, dude, I'll be up in your shit. I do not care. So
That's good though.
yeah, it's good to an extent, but then that's also creates like a lot more hate.
Yeah.
So like people hear stories of me like oh, he's so arrogant. Oh, like blah blah blah. It's like no, like you're saying something rude, like I'm gonna say something rude back.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and like with my siblings, like they're the two people that I am so protective over. So like if someone's gonna talk shit about either one of them, I'm the first one to be like, hey, that's not cool. And like people will come up to me. I remember in college, people would say like, hey, like what's your brother doing? Like, is he actually like going through with school now, or like is he changing like topics again?
dude, just like freaking.
And I
that
always just
one dude
remember
at the
being like,
bar.
what the heck? Like, and you know,
Damn
they would just
bars.
talk like so much crap, and then now they're like, yo, I watch your brother
Oh, I
all
know
the
your-
time.
I know
Like,
your brother.
how is he? Like, he looks like he's doing so good. And to me, I'm like, okay, that's super weird, because about a year and a half ago, you were the one that was like talking shit about him and asking
Exactly.
me if he was gonna like do anything with his life.
I remember there's been a couple times where it's like felt really surreal, because like some of my roommates would come in my room. I'm watching Christian Guzman or Max Chewing or Shali on YouTube, and they're like, "Oh yeah, like he's dope or whatever and stuff." And then like those friends, I would send pictures of Shali following me in a vlog clip with Max Chewing, and then meeting Christian Guzman at fucking Nanaka's party, like that kind of stuff, bro. It's surreal now.
You know, the one person that I want to meet,
Who?
Callum Von Moker.
Callum Von Moker, dude.
Really?
She
Love
loves
that
him,
man.
bro.
Yeah.
He's
Like if
cool,
there's
man.
one, maybe that would be my genie. My
It's that
genie
Australian
wish.
accent.
Ugh,
It's
it's
what it is.
everything. I don't know. It's the shoulders, the hair, the eyes.
Sick.
Sick.
I'm the one that introduced her to Callum too. Like
Yeah,
I was
I
like, this
remember.
guy's so sick, and I was like, watch her, like showed her YouTube videos of him.
Yep.
Now she like watches videos of Callum.
Yeah. I'll just sit there and like watch his like hour-long videos. Like,
That's
this is great.
hilarious.
Who's like being in this position now? Like I've met a lot of people and talked to a lot of people I never thought in a million years. You know,
Yeah.
especially like people that own companies, like some of the biggest athletes, like people that have millions of followers.
It's crazy how fast you can get into the position that you manifested a year ago.
It's so fast.
Think
Less
about
than a
where,
year.
Think about where you'll be in 6 months.
Like
Think
my
about where you'll
whole
be in
life
12.
changed in the matter of like 7 months.
Yeah.
You know, dude, Nick has been telling me to move down for like 6 or 8 months,
Close to a year, honestly.
almost a year.
It's crazy.
It just took me that long because I was like afraid to leave family.
Have your guys's like, you know how we all had influencers who started us off in like fitness? Who influences you now the most? Like, they don't have to necessarily make content or anything, but who influences you the most?
I would say the KK Fit twins, dude.
Yeah, they're
Really?
great.
Yes,
Yeah.
dude. They're
Consistency.
sick, dude. Yeah, dude. Those girls are dope.
They
like
bad?
oh yeah. But like
Okay.
what I've realized is the fitness industry on like the guy side, which is something I want to like pick up. Like this is my idea behind like the YouTube grind that I'm gonna do. Is it's very like douchey.
Oh, it's super
And it's
douchey.
very like
full of
I'm-
yourself.
I'm doing drugs. I'm doing this. I'm taking this steroid. I'm doing this. That's the culture of it. Which I mean, obviously, I like steroids too, but like it's very like not sustainable.
Yeah.
Versus like the KK Fit twins, it's like they're not only teaching you how to be fit, but they're teaching you how to have a strong mind.
Yeah.
Which is like that's what fitness is about. So like that's what I want my stuff to like transition into. Which is why I think doing like the marathon would be very smart. Doing cross training makes a lot more sense for what I want to lean towards.
Yeah.
Because like being a
more
body,
sustainable.
yeah, being a bodybuilder, like taking steroids and going on stage and taking diuretics and doing that year round, getting fat randomly, getting jacked randomly, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Being fit, having a strong mind, being consistent, and creating a company and becoming an entrepreneur, that is something that I would strive for way more than just going on stage and getting a trophy.
So we were up in Arkansas the other week for a meeting with Walmart, and we were at dinner, and TJ, we were talking the difference between Chris Bumstead and Noel. So there's definitely a sales difference between them, and there's like no one could like really explain it why. And I think I told TJ, I was like, the reason that I would buy from Noel rather than Chris Bumstead is Chris Bumstead's in a small audience of straight bodybuilders who are more like full of themselves, because the industry like is very full of themselves and it's like very fake a lot of the time. Noel is a genuinely good guy who's trying to promote like life overall, like being fit, wellness, and all of that. And that's why like Noel sells insane, because he's a genuine guy. Like, it's just fitness industry's fucked,
the,
bro.
the actual fitness industry, like the undertone of it's really negative.
Yeah.
Very, very toxic, which sucks. Sucks for us because this is what we're like working under.
Yeah.
But like that also gives us way more room to improve because there's not very much positivity. So when you're that person that brings it, you're that light.
I have a video in my drafts right now, and it says fighting the urge to expose influencers who promote working hard but don't take their own advice. Bro. I really, really want to post that video, but I know it just starts so much shit.
At Patty Cakes Fit. Me.
Scooter.
Well, like that's
Scooter fit.
That's good self-awareness though. Like you want that to change, but there's like people who are full of themselves. They're like, "Oh yeah, I work hard. I go to the gym." And then don't do fucking shit outside of their day.
Even when I was on prep and I was working my hardest, bro, I wasn't working hard. That's also the problem with me is I never think I work hard enough. And then there's that self-doubt again. I always think I'm not good enough. I could be the most shredded, the most tan, like the most jacked, the smartest, but I'm never going to feel good enough. And I don't know what that is from.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
I love talking about like, are you like, you may be working hard in the gym, but are you putting that same effort that you're putting in the gym, are you putting that in all aspects of your life? Or are you just working hard only in the gym?
Using the gym as like a cop out
Yeah,
to like not address
make
other
yourself
issues.
feel better. Like, oh yeah, I got shit done today. No, you just went to the gym for an hour.
Yeah, dude, that's my biggest issue back home is like everyone goes to the gym and that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm like you guys don't want to go for a hike or like
Yeah, that's how it is from where I'm from.
Yeah, I'm like you guys don't want to go for a hike or like you guys don't want to wake up and like go for a jog and like maybe have like an acai bowl and like go like I don't know, just do shit like just do shit that's fun and like work towards something versus just going to the gym at 12 p.m. and that's it.
Yeah.
But
Brett, who do you watch the most on?
Brett.
Who's
Let me
your
restart
fitness
this camera while you
inspiration?
talk.
I don't watch content.
Honestly,
so
that's
crazy.
probably
That's
a good
good.
thing as
That's
a content creator.
Yeah.
'Cause it's your
Dude, you don't
ideas are
you won't
organic.
you won't compare yourself.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
biggest issue is when I start watching more content, compare, and I like look at someone's page. I look at the Professional Week guy all the time. He's sponsored by Young LA with me.
Yeah.
Homie's grown like 20K in like a month on IG, and I get so discouraged because I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, like
I do see that. Like I see people that are growing rapidly or like have really crazy viral videos and stuff like that, which I've never really had. Then I'm like, I don't want to say I'm jealous, but like I want that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still consistent with it, but if I had to pick like one person that like is a big driving factor, would be like Max Tuning.
Yeah.
Like he's just like
I love that dude.
he's just like a
So
happy
nice.
dude.
I've never actually watched his content.
He's
I watched
like even in
Guzman, but-
person, like he's just nice dude. Like the first time I ever talked to him, I went up to him and said, "Bro, your legs are way bigger in person." And then we just like hit it off from there.
You just come up with an insult.
Yeah, but
I'm just screwing around.
well, it was like an insult that's not really.
Yeah,
an
yeah,
insult.
I got you. Just
Yeah.
backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny though. As a bro, it's funny.
Yeah,
Versus, imagine if you had told him that and he got offended.
yeah.
Then that just
But
shows
he's
the
like a
character.
cool
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
I love Morgan Maroney. She's also Australian, so maybe I have a thing for Australians.
Yeah,
but
get out of here with that Australian.
but no, she's
America.
sponsored by Gymshark, and she's also a gymnast. But all around, she preaches overall health, movement, and flexibility, happiness. And so really, like, her content is so positive and helpful. YouTube videos are great, so she's probably my favorite.
Who's someone that's not in fitness who influences you a lot?
Jordan Peterson.
Jordan Peterson.
Dude, I watch him religiously.
I don't think I know who that is.
What?
I know who it is. I've never watched a video.
Oh my gosh. You guys have never watched Jordan Peterson videos?
So who's
No.
Jordan Peterson? Peter,
You don't know who he is?
what's his last name?
No, I know who he is. Isn't he like
He's a professor.
he's a professor? I think the reason I don't watch him is because like religion or something. Isn't he like an atheist?
No, dude. Dude, okay, I'm gonna have to show you guys who Jordan Peterson is.
Okay.
Dude, he goes over like so he has full belief in his head that the males in our generation, we have no sense of purpose. So like the reason why all of us drift around and play video games and we're unhappy and all this like quote unquote toxic masculinity stuff is around is because no man is taught purpose. We're all taught the same thing. You wake up, go work, that kind of thing, 9 to 5. He talks about so many different things. Like,
What's his view on religion?
I believe he's a Catholic.
Okay. I don't know why I thought he was atheist or something.
He was super popular like 3 years ago because he didn't think that he thought that like forcing people to use like they them pronouns like as a law. He didn't believe in that. He thought that it was like overtly wrong to make us like force us to have like to get rid of freedom of speech essentially. So he got super popular for that, and then he just like blew up on like YouTube. He had like 6 million subscribers, and then YouTube banned him and Twitter banned him.
What?
Yeah, dude. So like you can still find his videos. Like he's super motivating, bro, because he actually is like a very like he went through depression for like 10 years.
Yeah.
So like during all this time, he was like super depressed, but he just believes in like dedication and working hard. And damn, I'm gonna show you guys who he is because it's just way too much.
Bro,
to
you're
explain.
like tearing up.
No, I'm just tired, bro.
You're happy.
I think it's the light that's also blinding him.
I
in
also
the eye.
did almost cry earlier.
You did.
It's been the baby.
It's that coffee.
I
Dude,
think
I'm gonna keep drinking it.
What did you buy him there?
I bought him a cold brew.
You know, I'm emotional, bro.
He's tweaking.
That's
I
one
know.
thing. Back home, like with my friends, like I tried to like act like I wasn't emotional.
That's a good thing though.
Down here, I'm just gonna fully embrace it, dude. Like I like crying sometimes, like whatever.
Yeah.
I'll join you.
Let's do it. We'll have crying sessions in the office for like 10 minutes, then we'll go out and grind.
So, business-wise, what influences do you have? Anyone?
Who I'm influenced by
Yeah.
for business?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't want to sound like generic, but like Logan Paul, bro.
Dude,
Fucking love Logan Paul.
Like I know there's a lot of
Honestly.
people that don't like him. but,
love
like,
him.
his come up and how he's turned around and has like built literally some
Empire.
Yeah,
Dude.
he's built an empire from literally nothing. Like he just dropped a hydration brand
Crazy.
to compete with brands like Body Armor and Gatorade, Powerade.
And
He-
it's
he's
going to compete.
crushing
Like the
them.
way it tastes, it's
Bro.
going to compete.
he's
Bro,
dude, those two brothers are insane.
he's revolutionizing entertainment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really is.
Like have you guys he actually like as far as content goes, I watch like every single one of his podcasts.
Really?
I've never seen his
Yes.
podcast, if I'm being honest.
Like not only are they entertaining, but like educational.
What is
Yeah.
this podcast called?
It's called Impulsive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple.
But it's like it's about lifestyle, but like you learn about business, like it's funny, it's dude, like if you want to
So-
do anything,
Yeah.
just do it.
What are like his key points on like success then? Like, does he like believe in like a regiment, like routine?
Just believe in it.
Yeah.
Just believe in
And
yourself.
I love that, dude.
Yeah, go after it.
A manifestation. The second, sorry, Jake, were you gonna say something?
No, you're good.
I was gonna say, so this time last year when I started doing TikTok, I was like fully in the manifestation, like meditation kind of realm.
I got something after this.
Okay, yeah.
Remind me.
Okay, I'll remind you. So I was like fully into like the meditation, manifestation, and in manifestation they always say like once you believe you have it, you'll have it.
Yeah.
So like I would be driving home from I worked at this place called Los Blanos. I work out there at 6 a.m. for work. I'd be driving at 11 a.m. going back home, and I'd be in my Chevy Tahoe with the windows down, and I was like, I'm in a Jeep right now, and I would fully believe I'm in a Jeep, right? And I was like, I'm wearing Birkenstocks in like the sun, and I have like long hair. I let my hair grow out for like the entire year. I was like, I have like long hair, and I have a girlfriend I love, and I'm doing fitness. That's like what I believed, dude. Literally a year later, I have my fucking Jeep. I don't have my long hair because I cut it, but I have I have my Jeep.
Still
I
got
have-
the
I have-
Birks?
Yes, I have my Birkenstocks.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I have everything I asked for, and I'm like, dude, that was literally because I fully believed I already have it, and now it's like I already fully believe now that like I'm gonna be one of the biggest fitness influencers, but I don't want to be like, I don't want to mention any names, but I don't want to be like the fitness influencers now. I want to be how they were when it first started, like Greg Plitt.
I don't even know. who
That's
that is.
before my time.
Yeah, like I want to
same.
be like Greg Plitt, like Guzman, like that kind of like
Christian Guzman. Yeah, he's a huge one.
Like Guzman when he was outside his warehouse talking about entrepreneurship and he was like about to cry on the camera and he was like, this is what I fucking want. This is what I'm going to do. I'm telling you guys right now I'm going to have a gym. And literally a year later he opens Alphalete. Like that's what I want. I don't want to be like, oh, like I'm going to take steroids and like, yeah, I'm going to take steroids too. I'm going to be open about it. But I'm not going to like, that's not my identity. I don't want to be that. You know, I want to give them a purpose. And you go, Brett.
All right, so when you talk about manifesting stuff, so when I first started TikTok, I was like, I had this idea. I was like, I'm going to like I saw other people, like, especially like YouTube, where it was like long, like 20-minute videos, like breaking down products. I was like, this is so boring. I can tell anybody what they need to know about a product in 60 seconds or less. Yeah. Anything. You name it, I can tell you if you should or shouldn't take it and if
Bro,
it's
you
going to
could
benefit you.
probably do it in 30.
Probably.
If you had the right script, if we took enough time,
Yeah.
we could get it done in 30.
Yeah. And I was like, and these guys aren't talking in layman's terms. They're talking from like this weird scientific background that 99% of the people watching are going to click off because they have no idea what you're saying.
It's so boring.
Right. So I was like, I had this idea. I brought it up with my boss. I was like, hey, I want to start a TikTok account for the store. And we're going to talk about all the products that we have, 60 seconds or less. We're going to link the store to it. People can buy the products if they want or not. We're not going to force them. We're just going to talk about the products. And he told me it was a waste of time.
That guy's
Whoa.
dumb.
I said, all right, I'm going to do it myself then. And it's going to be under my name. It's going to be Brett Westover.
Best thing you ever did.
It's not going to be the name of the store. So I started doing it. And it started popping off. Started going crazy. And then he told me to stop doing it because it was a conflict of interest with my job. I was like, okay. The numbers started coming in. This like website started, getting a ton of sales.
Yeah.
There was people calling me from New York, California. I'm from Michigan. They weren't even like remotely close to the store, and they were calling me to get like info on products so they could buy it on the line. I was like, this is so crazy. Like people call me, they're like, oh dude, I watch you online. You're like, I just had like a quick question. Even if they weren't buying anything, attention is attention.
Yeah.
Right. And then I'm like, okay, like here's the numbers you're bringing in sales. Like keep doing what you're doing. A couple months later, they tell me, you're going to have to knock it off. You're talking about brands that we don't sell in the store anymore. It's a conflict of interest. And that was the point. I was like,
I'm quitting.
I'm pulling up on 100,000 followers where the store had like maybe 4,000 followers, but they were getting like 20 views on their story on Instagram. And I'm reaching 50,000 people per video.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I outgrew it,
Yep.
and I was like, but from day one, I was like, I'm going to do this shit and I'm going to make it work. I was doing 3, 4, 5 videos a day, never missed a day. And I made it fucking work. And then I just walked away. I was like, all right.
Dude, yes. That's such a, I'm motivated as fuck right now from that.
Yeah. From like a business standpoint, I used to watch a lot of Gary Vee.
Yeah.
Absolutely cannot watch a single video
Now?
that he puts out now.
Yeah.
His voice got to me, but his like the stuff I took away from it,
Yep.
like forever changed my life.
Yep.
Like and I think he said once, he was like, I don't care if you watch like another podcast or a piece of content of mine, as long as you're actually doing the thing that you said you were going to do. And
Dude, that's true though.
yeah,
That was a big reason why my mom, I guess, never truly like believed in this, because I would always say I'm going to do something and it wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I'm gonna do this, and then like I would just get overwhelmed by the situation. It would never happen.
Plus, her mom's like a huge mama bear, so she just wants the best for you, and she worries. And so, him taking an alternate path at that time, she was just worried that it wasn't going to work out well.
It's scary, bro. Like
Yeah.
you guys know how scary it is.
Yeah.
bro, dude, I've never shared this story. I had when I dropped merch for like the second time, or no, like second or third time. I had like $12 in the bank account, and like I posted the merch and stuff, and like I didn't have a sale for probably 2 hours. I was like, no fucking way. And I was like, dude, I'm just gonna be broke as fuck. And then my mom purchased like $200 worth of clothes. I was like,
What a
yo,
sweetie.
are you like, and then she was like, yeah, I just want to like support you or whatever, and all that kind of stuff, bro. I fucking broke down in my car. I was
would
like,
have
damn
too.
it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, I would have too. Like kind of similar, but when I first joined Young LA, that was after I left Yo Club, and those guys helped me come up. Like they really helped me come up, because they gave me like the confidence to post more videos, and like they were super douchey. So I was like, I'm just gonna run with this, like overtly confident online.
We all start somewhere.
Yeah. So I left Yo Club. A bunch of drama happened with that, and then I joined Young LA. Young LA told me you have to make 50 sales or we'll drop you. So I was like, oh shit.
Per month?
Per month.
Wow.
So first month, 24 sales. And I was like literally shitting bricks, dude. Young LA is like, hey, it's fine, you joined like a week late.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to count this month. Dude, I literally was so close to being like, I ruined myself. Like, I literally was like, they're going to drop me. I'm not going to have any sponsors except for Rise. Like, I thought I was done at that point. Which is so dramatic, right?
Yeah.
But I thought I was fucked. And I thought I made the wrong choice. The next month, 108 sales.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh shit. I was like, I just promoted more. I was like, holy shit, I did it. And then the next month, 140 sales. And I was like, holy shit. And now, like, I'm, like, kind of teetering down. Like, I'm not on prep anymore. Like, really being shredded helps a lot.
And you've been a lot quieter with content too, right?
Yeah, I've been
A
quiet the
lot
past.
quieter.
I've been quiet just because, like, I wasn't happy back home. Like, I'm being completely honest. Like, my mental state, my happiness reflects on my social media because for some reason, like, if I'm not happy, dude, I'm not posting. And that's 100% true. I know that's a fact now. And that goes with me having to learn dedication for one, discipline. But back home, dude, I wasn't happy anymore. I didn't want to be there. I didn't like where I was and like what I was around. So I wouldn't want to post. And it just, obviously, like my socials, it shows I wasn't posting. I was posting old content just to keep like kind of like relevancy, I guess.
Yeah, I got you. Well, we're about hour 15 into this podcast, so we're going to wrap it up. One thing to leave the viewers with. What do you got to say?
Buy Cakes merch when it drops.
Oh, yeah, that shit's going to be dope.
I'm excited for it. Jake, thank you.
Scooter cakes.
Scooter Cakes.
Dude, you know, I was thinking while we were doing that, we can put like we'll talk about the scooter merch after.
Yeah.
I have an idea for it already.
Okay.
But something for the viewers to take away. That little voice that tells you you can't do it.
Squish it.
Don't even squish it. Listen to it, acknowledge it, because it's like your subconscious trying to like program your brain because you've been taught from a young age that you can't do certain things because people don't want you to do things that are different. They want you to be easily controlled, like the 9-to-5 bullshit, which is I don't want that. You've always been told, don't do this instead. Literally just tell yourself, no, I can do it. You start talking to yourself like a child, you can do it. You can do it. You will do it. You start giving yourself little words of affirmation. That voice is going to get really quiet really soon. And then before you know it, you manifested the exact life you wanted.
Sweet. Hell yeah.
If you have any like thought, if you're thinking of doing anything but you're hesitating, just do it. You never know what could happen. Literally, like the worst thing you could do is fail. You're gonna learn a lesson, but like it could change your life. Like if I never made that first video that I posted, I would never be here. I'd probably be working the counter scanning shit right now. You know, so if you believe in an idea that you have, just do it. Just do it.
And ask people for help, email people, like just, even if you don't think that they're going to respond, reach out.
Reach out to me. I'll respond.
Plug your socials.
Oh yeah, Instagram, Patty Cakes Fit, TikTok, Patty Cakes, YouTube, Patty Cakes.
Instagram, Gabrielle Adult.
She'll help you with all of your math homework.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have any questions on your calc exam, just send them.
Yeah,
her
send
way.
them to me.
Don't send them to me. I'm past that.
She blows up on TikTok for doing people's tests.
I mean, I won't do people's tests,
It'd be
but
so funny, dude.
yeah.
She's like doing people's like ACTs and stuff.
A hot $1 per one of those.
For real. Jake, what about you?
Oh, so I'm just going to wrap it up fully. So make sure you are working hard for the life you want. Wake the fuck up because your dreams are not going to wait for you. I'm Jake Oelke on all social medias. You can use code Jake, Brett, Patty on Rise Supplements. You can use code Patty on Young LA, code Jake on Anaka. This is the Legacy Podcast, and I will see you guys later.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.